What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Parkour of the Distorted Theorists, and we are here to discuss Assassin's Creed Shadows, which just had its official world premiere trailer released today. I'm not going to scream everything because, that's not what I do. But before we get into this, before I start waxing very melodic about the Assassin's Creed series, as always, if you are new to the channel, please do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell so you can be alerted to any new content that we're going to be putting out, because again, we're starting to churn some more stuff out. We're working very hard to do this. And if you are returning to the channel, thank you so much for coming back. As always, drop a like, share, do get your friends to subscribe, because who wants to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows? I know I do, because I am a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series. Now, has every game been a hit? No, it hasn't, in my opinion. I remember when the first Assassin's Creed game came out, 2006, 2007. It very much intrigued me in terms of the gameplay and whatnot. And we've had Liberation, Black Flag, Unity, Rogue, Valhalla, Origins, the other one, Odyssey, Mirage. Are we at the 14th game? We're at the 14th or 15th game, and this is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I really don't want to take up too much time before the trailer to really kind of talk about it, because I want to get into my Assassin's Creed stuff afterwards. So what we're actually going to do is, before I go blah, 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 we're going to dive right into Assassin's Creed Shadows, the official world premiere trailer released by Ubisoft today. So let's get into it. All right, so this is going to be a lot more cinematic, I'm sure, as well. Okay. Dude's being chased by our assassin. He's probably not going to do so hot.
Who do you serve?
So, we're in Japan. I'm assuming we're in Japan. Feudal Japan?
All I have ever known
Oh,
in my
okay.
life. Our land,
This looks great.
our customs,
Now, is this gameplay? No.
my family. Burns
Okay.
in the name of unification.
So, not to make a callback and not to make a comparison, getting a bit of... Whoop! Goes to Tsushima. Oh, meets Mulan. So she knows what she's doing. God. I'm sure there's going to be tons of comparisons to Ghost of Tsushima. So we got Warlord.
You're still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea.
Okay,
The
what's going
ocean's
on
filled
here?
with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed.
I think we got a bit of an African background here.
Power.
Oh, see, I love. Oh, we're actually up to. Okay,
Vengeance.
we're up to firearms, which was a very cool part of Fuel. So we're getting the motion. Let's see the. Oh yeah. We've seen that in
And
Assassin's Creed before.
Will you continue down that river?
So is this guy bad? Is he just trying to figure out his place?
Or choose another path beyond what
Part
we
of the
see?
League of Shadows?
And
Or
we
the
must
Hidden
look
Ones?
for it
Sorry.
together.
Oh. So we've got two protagonists, which was like, oh, not Unity. The one that was in London, I can't remember the name there.
We must learn to trust.
Is this the
Rebuild.
target?
And follow the blade.
Oh, so he's the tank, she's the assassin. This looks. I mean, I know this is silly. Okay. Yeah. So obviously that's her target from what you saw in the beginning of the trailer. Okay. A little bit of Tarantino. Okay, so you can use hammers, so you can use a variety of weapons.
I said, who do you sub?
So we haven't seen anything with the hidden blade yet. Like, that's the most common thing. We've seen the hood, but we haven't seen the shadows.
That served the light.
Right? Is that what we saw from the hidden one? Oh, it's got a hook! Wow. Okay, November 15th. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm liking that. So for anyone who's known me for a long time in terms of video games, I've got an extensive video game history and backlog. And games in a series that I continually would go back to would be Call of Duty, which I'm not really feeling anymore. Anything by Bethesda Software, so Fallout, Skyrim, now Starfield, and all that kind of stuff, I'm a big fan of. And the Assassin's Creed series, I was always and still am a huge fan of. When they were going the way of, well, basically following Altair in the first game, and then you followed Ezio Auditore in the two Brotherhood and Revelations. I enjoyed that timeline. And then it ended abruptly. We went into Assassin's Creed 3, in which you dealt with Connor, and there was Liberation that came out for the PSP, PS Vita, one of them, PS Vita. Didn't get too much into Liberation, but I did enjoy the storyline. I don't know the full story of it, but I really enjoyed Connor's story. Who then in Assassin's Creed 4, when we get to Black Flag, we find out that Edward Kenway is the grandfather of the Templar who Connor was fighting against in Assassin's Creed 3. I think that's right. Then we went to Assassin's Creed, what came after Black Flag? It was because then there was Rogue, which was the previous generation that came out on PS3 when Black Flag came out on the PS4 and Xbox One. And then, oh, I can't remember if it was Unity and then the one that took place in London. Why can't I think of the name of that one? It's Assassin's Creed. And they had the siblings. It was Jacob and Evie. Jacob and Evie. I can't remember the name of that game. Oh my God. That's brutal. Anyways, so that kind of ended with Unity and that one. That kind of ended the whole series, which was kind of a more linear, a little bit of open world, and that was that. Then we started the more what we see now with the RPG aspects of it. So we had Origins, we had Odyssey, and then we came up with Valhalla. Loved Origins taking place in Egypt. Loved Odyssey taking place in ancient Greece, when we really got to see the beginning of the League of the Hidden Ones. And then there was Valhalla. Now Valhalla, I did enjoy, but my God, I couldn't finish it. I love the Vikings. I love the Celtic history that was in it, but it's just such a massive game. I had a hard time getting through it, and I ultimately didn't finish the game. And then and last year they came up with the shorter Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was going to be a DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but they turned it into a bigger story from one of the assassins that you saw in Valhalla and got his own game. Bah! So that is the history of Assassin's Creed really quickly that was thrown out there. I'm not getting anything with the Usu or whatever it was, or Uru or whatever it's called. But this is one Assassin's Creed Shadows. People have been asking for something like this for a very long time, because they asked many years ago, what kind of setting would you like to see an Assassin's Creed game put in? And one of the top answers was always feudal Japan, feudal Japan, feudal Japan, feudal Japan. And we are getting what I think there would be cool to actually see one in one of the world wars. If we could see, we've seen snippets of all the other parts in the games where you actually do, I think there's something in World War II for a very short period of time, but I'd like to see a full game in World War One or World War II. But we are not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is a great trailer, a long trailer, for honestly. we are seeing that we've got two protagonists again, which is nice to see. Instead of getting, you can play a male or female version of the one character, we are getting these two characters, which one of which seems to be our assassin from the Brotherhood, I guess you want to say. And then we've got this tank character who's wearing the full-on samurai. Um, Apologies if I get this wrong. Shinobi armor or something like that. Um, and he seems to be much more of a tank, and she's the kind of, well, the martial artist, the silent, hidden, stabby, and that hook blade that we're so used to seeing from. Well, I'm going to do it like this because this is what we're so used to seeing from Altair, is because he loses his finger to cut through, and then the hidden blade would always come through as he stabs someone. Now, in this case, we're getting the hook on the side, which we did see, I believe, in Assassin's Creed Revelations, which was used not to stab, but more so to grab onto something as if you were falling. But I think this is the first time we've seen a blade that kind of comes out at a 90, it shoots out and then can turn at 90 degrees to actually get this instead of stabby like that. Um, and Again, this is not gameplay. And it's very hard when you don't see gameplay to get a real feel for the game. I'm a big fan of this time period. I'm a big fan of this type of gameplay because everyone's going to say, well, it's like Ghost of Tsushima. Well, when Ghost of Tsushima came out, the tagline that I was hearing from people, because I wasn't interested in initially until I saw some gameplay, watched a pretty hardcore, and realized this is kind of like Assassin's Creed with its own twist that Sucker Punch did really well with. And now people are going to say, oh, there's going to be so many connections because Ghost of Tsushima did it first. Fine, whatever. That's great. But you know what? I enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima. So hopefully I'm going to enjoy this. I'm very much looking forward to Assassin's Creed Shadows. It looks dark. It looks gritty. We're going to have two people that are working either together or against themselves, against each other, to get a really cool a cool story. And it's coming out this year in November. It's there's been so hush hush regarding Assassin's Creed lately, which I love, because in the older the games that were coming out before, all these gameplay details were coming out like a year in advance. Like they were getting leaked a year to a year and a half before the game actually came out. We knew this was coming, but now we can actually put something to it. And I didn't know there were going to be two protagonists. And again, I keep saying this over and over and over. Feudal Japan, fun, very fun. Give me stances, give me different weapons, give me katanas, stabby, ninja, all the taglines that are going to be part of this. Huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series. Big fan of Ubisoft. I know they've had their controversies in the past. A big fan of Far Cry. Big fan of The Division. Big fan of Assassin's Creed. And I've yet to try the Avatar game, but I'm also looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws. So Ubisoft is kind of coming back. They've kind of done a revamp, redesign, and there's new things coming out that I'm very excited for, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. So that's all I'm going to talk about now. Super excited about this. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we'd love to have you around. Our numbers are bumping up, and the more people we get, we have more opportunities to bring more exciting content to you guys. If you are not new to the channel, you are returning to see what me, Peter Parkour, is going to be saying about Assassin's Creed Shadows going forward, then make sure to like, share, and tell your friends to subscribe as well. Hit that notification button so you're alerted to when we're going to be dropping new content. All right, that's going to be it for me, Peter Parkour, talking about the Assassin's Creed Shadows official world premiere trailer. And like we always say around here, keep it real.